Hi, I'm Leslie Ward, partner at the Friendly Accountants, and welcome to this presentation entitled The Pricing Trap. You see, I've been qualified as a chartered accountant for over 25 years, and I've worked with hundreds of small business owners. And there's one question which comes up time and time again, and that is, should I decrease my prices? And what I want to do during this video is show you a simple example which dramatically demonstrates the risks you run if you decide to compete on price. So let's jump straight into the numbers. In this example, I want you to imagine you have a business turning over £200,000 and it has variable costs of £140,000. Variable costs are costs which vary with the amount of sales the business makes and can also be called cost of sales or direct costs. So you have a gross margin in your business of 60k. You also then have overheads. These are costs which don't vary with sales, such as rent, utilities, etc. And you have overheads of 30k, which leaves you with net profits of 30k. So if we look at this in tabular form, it looks like this. Sales of 200k, variable cost of 140k, gross margin of 60k, and net profit of 30k. Now let's look at what happens if you decide to gain more market share by decreasing price. So let's imagine that you decrease price by 10%, and by doing that you actually gain an extra 10% of sales. So what's the effect of that? Well, your sales decrease to 198,000 because while you're selling more, you're getting less for each sale. But your variable costs have increased to 154,000 because you're selling more. So your gross margin reduces to 44,000 and your net profit is more than halved to 14,000. All from reducing your prices by 10%. In fact, in this case, if you were to reduce your prices by 10%, then you would need to make 50% more sales just to make the same profit as before. I mean, 50%. That's massive. Just think about that. If you're already working Monday to Friday, you'd now need to work Saturday, Sunday, and conjure up another Monday morning just to keep still. And that's the situation so many small business owners find themselves in when they try to compete on price. So, now let's look at what happens if you actually increase your prices by 10%. Now we know you're going to lose some of your customers, and in my experience the most amount of sales a business would lose by this sort of price rise is about 15%. So let's run those numbers through. Your sales would decrease to 187,000 and your variable costs would decrease to 119,000 because you're selling less. But your gross margin increases to 68,000 and your profit increases to £38,000. So overall you're better off by £8,000 a year. And guess what? Who are the customers who are most likely to leave you when you increase your price? Yep, the customers who buy on price and don't value what you do. So it's a plan with no drawbacks. You make more profit, you're working less, and on top of that you've lost your pitter customers. And in this scenario, you could afford to lose up to 25% of your sales and still make the same profit as you did before. That's the same amount of money in your pocket. But what if we could do something even more radical? What if we could help you increase your prices and also increase your sales? Well, that's when it gets really exciting. Because let's look at what happens if you increase your price by 10% and you also increase your sales by 10%. Your sales increase to £242,000, your gross margin increases to £88,000 and your profits skyrocket to £58,000, almost double what they were. Now, I can hear you all screaming that it isn't that easy, so bear with me. I'll show you in just a minute how you can discover some proven strategies to help you do exactly that. But before I do, I want you to understand how important it is that you know these numbers for your business. So to help you do that, there's a download below this video for you, which will give you an idea as to how much you'd need to increase or decrease your sales by at various margin points if you increase or decrease your prices. Now, this does not replace you running the actual numbers for your own business, and we give our clients a tool to help them do exactly that. But at least it will give you a starting point. Right. Earlier we talked about how you can increase your price and your sales. Well, we may be chartered accountants and our main business is numbers. But we don't want to stop there. We want to be super accountants. And our definition of a super accountant is this: to create a relationship whereby the client sees us as a valuable asset in their business. And we believe that means not only giving you the best financial advice we can, but it also means giving you access to the best strategies available to help you grow your business. So we give every single client free access to the Business Growth System. And the Business Growth System gives you proven step-by-step formulas which show you how to get more customers, paying more money in the fastest time at the lowest possible cost. This system comes packed with ready-to-go templates and techniques you can plug into your business immediately, and as standard comes with step-by-step action plans. Time after time, the Business Growth System has changed the lives of small business owners, and you can get it completely free of charge when you become a client. Here's a few examples of what those business owners have to say about the system.
What I thought was good with regards our website literature, with regards the adverts we were doing, the few we didn't do, many of the one or two that we did, the actual text, the content, the way that it was written out is basically, as far as marketing terms are concerned, is wrong.
Because in this current recession, I doubt very much whether we would have made the sales we've made without the guidance that we've had.
We then changed the advert completely, and things have changed dramatically.
As soon as the leaflets and the letter hit the customer's desk, we were getting phone calls straight away.
You know, the phone started ringing, and they were quality leads, real quality leads.
Just with that little bit of extra time and knowledge, the results do speak for themselves.
This system usually costs £6,000 a year, but we've invested our own money so that every single client gets access to this world-class system absolutely free of charge. So if you're interested in finding out more about how we can help you, why not get in touch? And just to prove you've got absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, why not sign up for our risk-free 90-day trial? If at the end of the 90 days you decide we're not for you, then you simply walk away, and we'll refund every penny. Plus, if you decide to go ahead, you'll be covered by our first year 100% absolute delight guarantee. At any time in your first year with us, you don't believe we're delivering on the value we promised, you can walk away and pay us as much or as little as you think our services are worth. No questions asked. So why not sign up today for your free trial?